Yo, 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 what's up? Back with another update on Clajama. Definitely want to get this out before next year, New Year's Day. If you are looking here, you will see. Let me get this donation thing out the way. What is that? What is that in the background right there? Waiting? Oh, that's the music. Let me see. Display cap. I just want to see what this is. Oh, that's what we're looking at back here. So there's too many of those. Let me see. Yeah. Remove. Yes. Alright. And we're going to put this back. Okay, great. Alright. And let's get Mr. Donation out of the way. Lock everything in place. And I'm going to see about getting the camera back rolling. So we can do like some face-to-face interactions. But anyways, as you can see, we have the something is wrong with the reference. Cannot access A before initialization. This is an error that is coming from the build process, if I'm correct. Um, I'm normally used to doing straight up frameworks. I don't really get into building. I've hated anything that you've had to like build or compile to use because it's just a lot of different steps. But we're here now, and there's no turning back. Um, the error resolver is not accessing this information because it doesn't know anything about the front end errors. A few days ago, we created a pipeline to get these errors from the front end to the back end. But the problem with that is we'd have to know every error possible and hard code it, or we'd have to run it through a pipeline and waste tokens to get the AI to figure out what it doesn't know, which could lead to no longer working on our core service, but the service that runs in the back end. So what the objective and what's being done now is we're going to use the React dev tools and do an internal pipeline to where we can render this, see the errors, send the errors to the error resolver, since that is going to be, we want every error to go through the error resolver. And I'll have some documents on the pipeline for how that works. Again, nothing is new. Everything's powered by AI. So, there's kind of the wow factor of how things are done kind of goes away, but it's still there. So we're going to link up the error resolver to the React Dev API to funnel these errors through. That way we can identify exactly what page, we can identify the exact um, and I forgot what they call them in React. I can't believe I just forgot. Um, Anyways, when they're being called, it'll be able to tell us all of this information and pass it through the error resolver, which will filter it and then determine whether it's going to act on it or not. Okay, we're creating the collectors, the filters, the manager, the store, safety nets, test pipeline. And once this clears on this computer, we'll go ahead and come over here to this one. And this thing needs to remember we're using Python 3. All right, pipeline, sending test error 1. Okay, and like I said, if I had dual screens, I'd be able to push all of this into it, but I don't. And oh well. Let's move on. But I did stop. Olamo was running. That was one thing, or one reason why this stronger computer. I was like, this computer is way more powerful than the other one I love to use. Let me hit enter over here. Send in test error. All right. What we're going to attempt to do is let's source Vim. Yeah, Vim. Activate. And we got a good bit of time before I have to get doing other things. Start console.sh. Oh, I got one other thing to do on the other computer. And it seems like this pipeline is very aggressive. It's very hungry pipeline that has been created. I've been saying this before. I do want to get this on Elixir, but with what was just done or how it's just set up, the pipeline or the PowerPoint or the ability I would want from Elixir, we kind of just duplicated it. So that kind of puts it into a different perspective. And these are the things that will create those kinds of errors. There's an error already put in here. What's next is valid. Output is being logged to here. Server on port 8000. Let's see if we can get to it. All right, I see the name popping up, but we might still get this page error here. One other thing I have to do is we need to have it so, oh man, I'm running two different versions of the same thing. So we're probably gonna have a crash. Yeah, I had to end it on another one. Start all. Yeah, it's running on this computer, that computer. Setting up permissions for the bill. And that way I don't have to expose any API keys and we still can work together. The issue I have right now is I want to add, I want to add these files here. Oh no, don't create one. Then I want to drop these files here. It's not in here yet, clear. We want a dedicated interface for the autonomous error resolver to view it. Okay, let's run that back. Reload. Okay. I don't see anything here. Can't be because of that. Let's double check. No. Reload here. And so it's only loading from the IP, so that would make this not work. And the only issue we got is everything is locking up now. Except for this computer is locking up. Yeah. Who's eating up? Who's eating everything? Chrome is killing it. Termius is killing it. OBS for sure. keep that running for a second. Yeah, so it only works here. So this is the error that we have. I'm waiting on the error resolver socket points to run, which I may have to let's see. Whoops. Spell it wrong again. Do you dare defy me? You dare defy the super. What? Oh man, I forgot I'm not in Termius. Tripping to the max. Tripping to the max. Do not defy the super user. Alright, there we go. Much more. We got much more back. Make sure everything's still going. Alright, we didn't kill anything. Okay, we definitely need this to stop hogging up space. Standalone. We gotta fix some lint errors. And error resolvers standalone. BCD standalone. There we go. Alright, we're running a lint real quick. I'm just gonna run it anyways, Python 3. Oh yeah, my bad. Source. This is actually why I hate using these things. It's not that I don't think they're useful. Pipeline metrics. Started successfully. Let's see if we can get a trigger to go right here. It didn't escalate any. It's deleting as we go. I saw something hit the screen. I saw something hit the screen just then. Pipeline metrics. So let me pull. Oh, and it might still have a lint error. No, it just passed. Let's see. He doesn't want to stop. I think it'll hot reload anyways. Let me. Alright. Still running the same thing. Let's pop this in over here. Skip. And so what we doing? Yeah, I forgot. I'm sharing a full screen, so I can go ahead and do it like this. All right, what we're doing is we're waiting for this error to come over into the pipeline. If Clajama can pick up this error, it'll be able to resolve it. The problem is the pipeline we just created isn't spinning over to here. So as you can see, it's processing and deleting. So it's not sending anything to the LLM. Um, so it somehow forgot exactly what we just talked about. And no, I don't want to quick fix. F. And let me see what the name of this pipeline is. Let me pull back up. Because the issue is we just integrated this. And I think I went to go eat and didn't finish. No, that's the standalone. Okay. Yeah, so what happened was, yeah. So I ended up dropping. Okay, and it died on the test pipeline. And the test pipeline, I see what I did wrong, or I see what we're stuck at. The test pipeline is running right now. We have already implemented a pipeline. Oh man, I'm tripping, dude. Clear. I keep clicking the wrong button over and over again. I need to add these files in. And we already implemented a pipeline from the front. I need to send that, but I also needed to add the program directory. Let's clear out. And I don't want it to make any changes just yet. All right, so we sent that. That's 80,000 tokens burned right there. All right, so what we got to do is we might have to crash out some of these pieces. So you can see that server stopped running. I've got a pipeline jammed over on this other computer. So we're just gonna crash these out. I see that you've deleted. Let me analyze what's already in place. You also have, which provides a separate web interface, real-time monitoring, control over the error resolver. And current status is fully implemented, integrated. Well, front errors are sent to explain how to use the existing pipeline, fix any issues with the current implementation. Yes, I want to know what URL the resolver is at, a guide on how to ensure that the UI for the pipe for the standalone All right, so what happened was the pipeline crashed. That's what we got going on here. Let's see. This pipeline is running just free. Oh, we good. We super good. There ain't nothing to fear on this machine. All right, let's get in here. Source vim. And we burning some more tokens. And let's Python 3 test. That was what failed. The pipeline. I couldn't test it. So this does nothing. And standalone should be on 8001. Wait till we run the second one. All right, and this pipeline, let me also see the test pipeline starts and freezes. Setting test error. Okay, and with this on this machine, we're gonna go ahead and run this one on the other one. Cause like I said, sometimes I got so much running on them, and then there's stuff running on the back end. Source when. What I need to do is Python 3, run a standalone. Standalone pops up. Let me see. Okay. Dedicated dashboard will be here. Oh my goodness, that's my fault. That is completely my fault. We can't stop. Once it starts running, you can't stop it. Let's go back over here. And it's a server command, I forgot. And this should give us the standalone on this other machine. Source. Okay, come on, come on. We just gotta go up one more time, down one more time. There we go. Cleaning up existing processes. Starting error resolver on port 8001. Says starting only the error resolver. The interface may not have started properly. Let's see. Go back. Nah, so it didn't. So once we gotta get this pipeline error resolved. And I gotta get this. We did that. Test is trying to use the error pipeline manager with expects on a ton of parameter, but the test doesn't provide also pipeline manager. Alright, so we're fixing the test pipeline right now. Process. 7-day retention. It's making it to where we can store these patterns. Creating our quick guide. Run these commands. Testing store. Error, no module named error pipeline. pipeline. Have to run that. Add those commands to the output. What is the... All right. So let's try to drop this one again. Like I said, we can go ahead and fix this error manually, but the goal is not to be fixing errors. That's not what the goal is. The goal is to automate. All right, so we passed through that time. Let's reload the page. Let's reload it again. Reload it again. Go page down. Info is running through the processes. All right, so now it is okay. It's gotta check the test store. Shutting down the interface. So I want to take a double check on this. And let me pull this one here. Pull another one. Okay. See, this is still done writing. Nope. It's fixing the error storage. But yeah. There's an initialization error here. So that should be kind of like checking spark plugs pretty much. And like I said, on the other computer, we're running the test. And then you'll be able to see the test running from the other machine on this machine because the error resolver now has its own interface. And that interface is for the human intervention. So for example, this error here, I could just take it to it and say, why aren't you seeing this? It's going to look at itself. It's going to look at its data. So it is a really aggressive process. But once it's done right, the error resolver not only fixes our issues and future issues, like I was saying before, when we scrape a website from, let's just say if I wanted to clone a WordPress website that I have, the error resolver is going to need to be able to find what's broken in the back end so that it'll know what to rebuild on the back end. So for example, if we scrape a WordPress website that has a WooCommerce, obviously it's going to be products. So the error resolver is going to have to be able to comprehend, hey, there has to be a database. There have to be customers. There have to be invoices. There has to be a payment gateway. And using everything that it's going to identify as missing, it's also going to determine what features it needs to add from that. And it's also going to determine how to rebuild the back end. So it'll just pretty much scrape the face of it, rebuild the face, recompile everything. Well, I hate to say compile, we're not compiling. It's going to basically merge the CSS and JavaScript and HTML, realign the menu, and then build the backend for it. I'm really ready to just build something real simple, just because I want to get back to building stuff. But if we can get, and like I said, the error resolver extends so great because once we build something that doesn't work, the error resolver can resolve the issue, so it will work. So we'll never know why it wasn't working. All right, so we got our new files here. All right, it's added our error pipeline. It's added our imports. Let's do a crash out here. Yeah, we gotta also get that runaway program, because if I say stop, it has to stop. And let me see what we have up here. Let's see. We should still be in our VIM. Python 3 test. Right. All right, so I need to run this test again. I just ran another test and their import was correct. Full pipeline test. All right, it should pass now. All right, so all tests passed. Great. Right. Okay, let's Python 3 / error. Nah, autonomous. I put pie on there, didn't I? Oh man, I just did it again. page. Being filtered. Backend systems are being passed through for resolution. So backend is running as it should. We still need to find out why it hasn't added this. Okay. updating documentation right now. All right. Sorry about that. We just tore out a sink. Figuring out what we're doing next. But right now I'm waiting on the last test to pass that these errors are being sent to the back end. Since we don't have a web browser, it's pretty much doing it headless. And let's also look into that so we can get some instructions. Headless, React, error collection. It's gotta be like Puppeteer or something like that. To collect amount of errors from a headless React front end, the primary method involves using error boundaries for React error components to implement global browser event listeners. These methods can be integrated with a third-party error monitoring service, global event handlers, which we wouldn't need all that. It's all gonna be internal. can see what our goal is here. Now we're going to use our Gemini Pro subscription to further investigate why these errors aren't reaching the back end. And we also can use, I forgot all about that. Of course, we do want to use the autonomous error resolver to do everything. But if we have to jump in at some point and get our hands dirty, we gotta be willing to do that. And our manual work also plays into the role of determining what's wrong in other areas. Profiler, that's what I was. Requires either a development or profile build of React. See, now we can clearly see a little bit better, but we need to go. Okay. Okay, so what we want to do is React Developer Tools, Chrome, Pop OS setup. So you probably got to install a developer tool. Click Add, verify installation. Okay. Install for Chrome. Alright, you got it. Next, open the developer tools. So yeah, there's got to definitely be something else that has to be installed. Okay. Installation. Okay, installing developer tools for React. And I also want to get exactly the error it told me here. Okay. For Safari and others, standalone React Dev Tools. To enable profile, you need to ensure two conditions. You must have a React version. To a profiler. Alright, so we just gotta install these dev tools. And I just want to double check. React on Linux. Yep. The tools are available to browser extension, browser extension. Okay. What's going on over here? Running 109 tokens. Alright, let's see if we can get it to run for us now. Might have to shut it down, open it up. What was it? 5.5. Reload. Jammer. Oh, I'm actually restarting on the other side. My bad. Silly rabbit. Click out. Double check. Definitely get an answer from Gemini. Ooh, ooh, ooh. close Gemini, but Gemini still works. Still handle it. Based on your request, I've updated the system to ensure front errors are correctly captured unified. I have standardized the front end error reporting. Both the error boundary React and the error reporter utility now send data to the same endpoint. I've added the explicit console output front end error received to handle front end errors so you immediately see front end errors in your terminal. I created a new script to start Clajama system that cleans up, configures, starts the backend, tells. You can now remove the following scripts. Files updated, created, improved for login. It's gonna give me that information there. So what I'm gonna do is let's go ahead and get, because I am running a lot of random scripts, or there have been a lot of scripts created since inception, and I haven't been really cleaning them out. Do I trust Gemini right now? No, but I have a backup. RM-R, my bad, RM start.sh, start_symbol.sh, start production, start_all, fix, _front, and setup, _CLA, clear. Supposed to put that back in there, but it'll be alright. Alright, let's drop these commands in here. Let's let it run. Skip all of that. Whew. And so while this is running, like I said, this is running off the server, giving it instructions. I went ahead and ran another build. The build came back with no errors. That's what I just got. And it just fixed. Okay, we didn't even need that, so don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We'll drop all of this. because this new one, once this new one kicks off, it should start everything. Hopefully, it is gonna. Oh, that's so good. It is gonna kick these errors out so we can see them. I did run another build test on the front end, and it said it will come through. But we'll see. We will see. Report it. Now let's create the new master startup script. So it should come through. And while we here, let's go ahead and get rid of that Clajama Vim if it's still in here. Jeez. Yeah, RM. Clajama Vim. What? I already done ran this all the way through. I got two different things running at once. Clajama's Vim. Who would ever? My idea. Sudo. All right. Let me stop running on two different terminals. Since we got that other half set up. Go down to the end, create that file. Go ahead. It says it's building the front end for us. Okay. And then that's the error funnel running. But I need to get back up to the top. Come on, Felicia. Relax. Okay. We still don't have nothing. Wait and see what they come up with. Process. No, I'm not seeing anything occur on our end. And it's just going so fast. I saw a URL right here. Hello. System. Oh, it just said system is live. I need to see where it pointed to before I start just telling the LM it doesn't work. Alright, we'll just shut that. Escalate it, delete it. Alright, so we still got a really big issue. Let me see. So let me ask you this. What URL does the user go to view the website? We are not getting the user interface online. We are also not seeing it at Clajama.com. And let me check. We don't even get SSL coming out of here. We don't even have SSL running. So to me, I don't think this is. We're not seeing it at Clajama.com. There is no error. Not even SSL. Why is this? So what I'm gonna do now, I should still have. I don't want to run any of these SSL scripts, and I'm sure I still have the Clajama menu, but I don't want to start just crashing stuff together. But I guess we're gonna just start crashing stuff together. And let's just hit number 1. And then I'll also run that through Gemini as well, because if I still have these other scripts, then they're not deemed as in the way, they should be able to help, because a lot of this stuff I've already built many times already. We just need to get this error. Oh, modules. What is that we got right there? Like a generic. This environment is externally managed. Control C, D, C. Come on, bro, just shut down, alright? Alright, just shut down, boy. Boy, just shut down, boy. Boy, just shut down, boy. And that could be another thing too, running these scripts and then they come up and recreate another Vim. And I can actually go see that real quick to see if it created the Clajama's Vim. Nah, it didn't. This can go. Brody, you doing the most right now, bruh. Hey, buddy, you're doing the most. Has issues. Skew light may not be may not be installed or failed to start. Requirement already satisfied. No, I don't see it nowhere. Super crash. Backend API is not responding. Unicorn packages failed. Unicorn configuring Nginx. Nah, bruh. Nah, we're not gonna let you keep going. And see, it's making more scripts. It wants to keep making scripts. Can you identify the scripts? And that's why the scripts we already have. We already have such as Clajama menu.sh. Review all the star.sh scripts. Why do you not acknowledge them and continue to create more and more? That would be a good thing I want to know. But I'm not running another script behind there. So what we got to do now is we got to do a run. We got to get it up and running. All right, so let me go ahead and add Nginx in here. Nginx. There was also another one, I think. Add something that ended in conf. We're going to need to add source.app. We're going to need to add everything in app. And let's clear it out. Let's go ahead and add all these .sh scripts in here. Let's clear that out. We have a lot of scripts to help us get our application online. We need to sort through them, update, and enhance them. At this point, Clajama.com shows nothing at all. Let's just run with that. 100,000 tokens burned. take a little peep around, see what's going on.